And you know that recently I read an article from an ornithologist, and those who study the birds. Now they say that it's ornithotherapy. No, but it's true, huh? Only 15 minutes of sitting there and observing the birds and listening to them. You cannot not to be mindful. Because if you observe the birds and you listen to their songs, you don't think other things. This is meditation. This is mindfulness, and that's have a lot to calm down and to that heal depression. Yeah, because I think the birds is so alive, especially in the spring, right? Vitality. And the practice of Shinkin Yoru forest bathing, it's not new anymore. And the Japanese they promote that because they have the high rates of suicide. They have a lot of depression in their society. So they are promoting the practice of forest bathing. And yesterday the father shared about the tree hugging. All that. So when the seeds of happiness, of joy is not water, please, and coming to a retreat like that, we allowed our seeds of peace, of happiness, of joy, of brotherhood, sisterhood, to be water. And whenever the seeds, the beneficial seeds, the wholesome seeds already manifest up there, up here, please practice to keep it as long as possible. So when we are practicing walking meditation and we stop at a flower and we practice breathing in, I know the flower is there. Breathing out, I smile to the flower. And thank you, flower, to bring joy to me. So I am maintaining because I'm generating mindfulness to recognize the flower, and keeping breathing in, breathing out, and generating at the same time the concentration on the flower or concentration on the bird song. I'm not dispersed anymore because I'm mindful. So this energy of concentration will help to keep the energy of peace and of joy up there to grow. And when it grows here, it keeps as long as possible. The seeds is strengthened underneath. So the secret, the key of the practice, the key practice is to weaken the unwholesome seeds by not watering them, and to strengthen the wholesome seeds. And when you have like our star consciousness, are like the underground, the earth down here, the soil, deep down there, and up on the surface we have flower, we have wheat, we have fruit trees, we have a lot of things manifesting, and we are a gardener. We are a gardener. The Buddha used this image also, like the practitioner is a gardener. And Voltaire also, in Candide, he said, come back to take care of your garden. Huh? You know that? And so as a gardener, we don't let our garden wild, not taken care of. And a skillful gardener, he will know how to transform the compost, the garbage, the vegetable garbage, to flower. That's why, and as a practitioner, we learn ways to welcome suffering, to take care of suffering, and thanks to the suffering, we make good use of that, and that will give rise to happiness. Like the gardener, he, from the garbage, from the compost, he will transform it to flower. And you see, when and we can do that together, like I share, when we suffering or happiness are not individual matter, meaning that when we practice as a community, then the collective energy, the friendship, will help us to carry, to alleviate the suffering on our shoulders. And together, we generating the energy of mindfulness and of joy, and then that helps us also to strengthen our garden, to make our garden more beautiful. And we don't need to work hard. In our garden, if we grow fruit trees, if we grow flowers, if we occupy the space with beautiful vegetable garden, things like that, there's no more space for weed. So not weed, no? For wild grass, right? Yeah. And meaning, and underneath the same, if our underneath in the star consciousness, in the ground, if we plant a lot of seeds and we water a lot of seeds of joy and happiness underneath, and those seeds are strengthened, there will be less space for unwholesome seeds to expand. So we don't need to work hard and to struggle to transform our suffering. We just cultivate the seeds of joy and of happiness and of mindfulness, and then the mindfulness, the happiness and the joy will take care of themselves of the suffering and the difficulties. And without spending too much energy. When we need to struggle, oh yeah, I will work out to transform my suffering, and it could take a lot of energy. Whereas if we with the practice of diligence here, right diligence is whenever we practice sitting or walking meditation, the joy of the practice, the peace of the practice should be experienced right away. It's easier when you're lying, total relaxation it's the most easy, right? Lying down is easy. Practice slow walking is help also. Because we don't sit for a result in the future. We don't practice walking meditation for a happiness that when we arrive at the destination. Each step, if we really put all our heart in that, we can experience right away the pleasant feelings, the peace in each step. That's why the Buddha said that there's no way to happiness, but happiness is the way. Meaning that we don't struggle for sitting so that we get enlightened, we get happy after, like half an hour after. But while we are sitting and coming back to our breathing, we can relax and we can enjoy right away. So that if we feel a little bit not numb, we can gently unfold our legs and massage, and not bothering our neighbor, but we don't need to struggle. Okay, we listen to one sound of the bell and maybe we can conclude. So, those 5 skandhas or 5 aggregates, when it's operate, when it can operate in harmony, that help to keep our peace and happiness. That's why there's a Plum Village song, like the mindfulness is the Buddha, The breathing is the Dharma. That means this is the practice. And the 5 skandha, the 5 aggregates, are the Sangha. Sangha is community. If we can practice so that the body, the mindfulness of the body, the feeling, the perception, the mental formation and consciousness, they are, the Sangha is a community helping us in our practice. So, whenever we practice the mindfulness of the body, or mindfulness of the feelings, mindfulness of the perception, what we perceive, the perception sometimes can bring us a lot of suffering if we put a lot of thinking on that. The way we see a person, but if we have things behind, then we can have a wrong perception, and wrong perception can bring a lot of suffering. That's why our teacher has a calligraphy here. Even if you are sure, même si vous êtes sûr, check once again. So, always checking our perception and our mental formation, how to take care of our mental formation. And all that are consciousness. Even the body is consciousness. So, they are like the community within us. And if each of these components operates harmoniously, that will help us a lot in our practice. Because if the body has some tension and we don't know how to take care and to relax, then it will be an obstacle for our practice. When the feeling, we don't allow the feeling to express and we are stuck somewhere, then that will be difficult to practice. The mental formation, the same, and the perceptions, if we don't practice to have a clear, the way, the right perception, not caught in wrong perceptions. And most of the time we are caught in wrong perception because it's not mere perception, but then there's thinking behind, there's judgment, there's things, and that leads to wrong perception. So the Buddha, the Sangha is not only the community outside of us, but the Sangha is also those 5 skandha that we need to take care and to practice so that the harmony inside will help the harmony outside. If we are not happy, we are not peaceful inside, that would be difficult to have peace with others. So thank you very much for your listening, and we will enjoy a long hike today. Thank you. So we will end with 3 sounds of the bell. Please unfold your legs and massage.